Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. And today I wanted to take the time to cover some forum posts talking about the state of Paladins on Season of Discovery, and mainly the newest spec Shockadin, and how just absolutely unbearable it is becoming to play Horde on Crusader Strike, and just all the Shockadins out there now. They all are like 2 or 3 Shockadins together, just holy shock you or exercise you, whatever they press. I'm not entirely sure. But they just are sort of being menaces to society and killing you before you can do anything about it. And we do have greater holy protection pots, but it just hits so much. All that does is absorb 1 shock, so it's kind of ridiculous at this point. And I just wanted to take the time to go over the forums and cover them and show you guys what a lot of my fellow Horde members are saying. So without further ado, I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty, so we are right here. It says, so Orgrimmar is taken over by a group of Shockadins for over 2 hours now. Great balance changes, Blizzard. If you can make it so Holy Shock does 4k damage instead of 3, and let the other Rets one-shot us again, or else the game isn't fun for them, and they will quit while our gamer dad hordes all hide inside the bank with PvP turned off. You selected a PvP round. You expect anything less? I expected the Horde to at least want to kill the Alliance and not cry and hide like babies. Horde, as always, being clowns and gaslighting anything but their OP racials and shamans. It's funny because this is coming from a Dwarf Paladin, of course. Holy Paladin gameplay versus Shamans. Holy Shock cleanse, Holy Shock cleanse, Holy Shock cleanse, dead Shaman. Not sure if they need 3 Holy Shocks, depends on the Paladin. Very true. Are you new to WoW? This has been the case for every version of WoW ever made. Usually it's hunters or rogues killing auctioneers. Orgrimmar turned into a graveyard with skeletons laying all over the place, but it's just a skill issue from Horde, of course, for the light. Okay. Oh, this 4K Holy Shot cool story. Small group wrecked in main Horde City. What a shame. If anything, blatant class favoritism. Paladin literally just got handed another tier set. A great way to make sure people won't come back for your next seasonal project. Like, where are the buffs and fixes for the other faction? Oh, we aren't planning on making any just for the class I play, of course. This is exactly where the hunter this is exactly where my hunter tank set or hunter healer set. Yeah, hunters definitely need that. Let him think he's good because Agron is a Shockadin player in retail and probably can't kill anyone. That's why he's resorting to healer strike. Alright, I can confirm that Agron is not a Shockadin player. Agron plays Ret. But yeah, that's the only thing I know that Agron does. Lads, Paladins are fine. Then why do they give us PvP servers? To trolls, I seem. Trolls so good I stopped playing. I canceled my sub due to the raid being impossible with 35 pugs, even when they get 80 parses catered to every Paladin. And their moms cry buffs and then give Shockadins a whole new set and play style from the Sunlight Sword bug, like they did with Seal Twisting. They let pure DPS and physical players sit in the below average spot. Season of the Hybrid Love. Mop hype. Anyone who cries hunters are OP have not faced one without world buffs, because even on Kothies can't get more than a 1.8 crit with Slave Maker and full PvE gear. And we are comparing kill shot to the 1 GC D6K Holy Paladin and the 1 cast 4k arcane damage. If people look at PvE logs, they know the class on top are going to be the best for PvP, but damage isn't enough nowadays. If you don't have 6 sec instant heal for 2k more or 6k armor. Finally, this 74.8 parsing hunter is gone. If you want to brag about your parse, at least be accurate. Alright, they just go back and forth, but the thing I want to show you guys is exactly where he was hiding and what happened. So, Paladins, any range class can do this, and I'm probably going to regret showing you this, but what they do is they come down here in Org, and they go up top in this tower right here, and Horde Hearth right here to Orgrimmar, and then they run out, and you can just snipe them from that tower to right here. So that is usually the largest PvP, and you only have like a guard to deal with, and since they're Paladins, they can all just run up here, bubble, and they can just sit down there at the top of this tower right here, and they will just sit there and attack Horde players coming out of their hearth right down there, as you can see. So it is really obnoxious, and here is an example. I can heal this guy with 40-yard range spells, so that is the so you can see I'm healing this guy right here within 40 yards. So yeah, this is what they're doing. They just sit here and they just smite people. So if you have a 5 of them, 10 of them, they just literally can sit in this window and just blast everyone that hearths out of here. So very obnoxious, and it is the problem that he is talking about specifically. But anyway, just wanted to highlight this and show you what he is so mad about and how to do it. Next, I want to talk about here. So this is just funny. This is just someone who said PvP is unplayables. Paladin have actually ruined this version. Title says it all. Tragic. Smells like skill issue. Get good, mate. Funny that both these players are Paladin. You'll love to see it. I don't know what they're waiting to Omega nerfs pals in PvP. Just delete like half the runes in PvP like they did with Boomy and Sham. Shouldn't be hard. At least BGs don't have 50% Paladins. No, wait. You just know the Paladin players are sweaty little rogues who seen an easier class to play. Why do you ask about PvP if you don't play 2.9k honor kills PvE, boy? And once again, it's just people talking about paladins, and then they try to complain about other classes doing it, but it's just obnoxious when paladins are getting a new set made for them, and they just sit in this window and kill people in Orgrimmar. Like it's insane to me. And of course, it's just literally going to be alliance players and horde players back and forth. There was something that I wanted to see here. There was something really good. I think it's this post right here. So this dude does a detailed breakdown about paladins, and it says you have 2 CCs, you have Bubble, you have Steed, you have double triple seals, you have Wind Fury on your tier 3 ring that stacks with the Hajj effect, you have BOP/F, and yes, you have the fact of these baseline without using rune slots significantly superior to Shaman's BOF totem. You literally have 1-tap capabilities that clap plate users and bears in 1 GCD, and Blizzard just added 100% extra damage to your Divine Storm as a 2-piece bonus from your tier 3. So if you choose to, you can basically one-shot those pesky feral wolves you love to cry about that apparently makes Shaman so infinitely OP. As these things weren't already outrageous enough, the only thing that you guys get mad about is the only thing that gets you guys mad about this is your inability to use it along with your mandatory tier 1, tier 2 set bonuses. Sorry, Wave, no safe, no sale. At this point, what you're doing is putting in active trolling and just rage baiting people. Your class is literally the strongest in the game, and you are still sounding like you. And you're sounding exactly like you've been sounding since the dawn of SOD version of the game. For Paladin as a wheelchair, while being the only class that can one-shot or more consistent basis, as long as you're not getting dispelled. Like, who do you think you're actually convincing when you say, hey, everyone who plays the game knows without a shadow of a doubt that the answer is actually B? Again, you're nothing but a low-tier rage-baiting troll at this time. All right, we're getting a little personal. But anyway, like, It is a problem, and I'm a horde player. I could attest firsthand that that paladins are insanely overpowered at this point in the game. I know Ashbringer is a large majority of that, but like I don't see warriors doing that. But probably not many warriors on Alliance getting Ashbringer. Then this is something we talked about earlier, and this is the new Avalon Gate Explorers. It's actually funny that it is coming from Wave, who was so avid against this, when his class, being a Shockadin, is the #1 egregious offender. But he did post this 6 days ago. So it's just funny how he's over here defending Paladins, but when there's an exploit like this, he has a problem, even though his class is the one causing the most problems. So now it's not just hunters putting mark on people, it's Shockadins weaving in, shocking them, and going out. So it's just ridiculous. But I wanted to cover a few key points here. And just people going on this and talking about it and complaining, because it is kind of obnoxious what people are doing and how things are going about this. But hunters sit up there and snipe people, as we have talked about. They want them to extend the armistice zone, which would be the best way to get rid of it. But I want to cover this. So since we've already talked about this is funny, but these are all the ways that people are griefing and loopholes that need to be changed. So if you duel an explosive shot, any dueling works this way. You can duel and cause any like AoE, like explosive shots. So like if it hits someone and then it explodes off, any AoE like that kind of functions this way. So the guards completely ignore it, and you could just kill people. Like people like to do it at the flight path. Bubble, straight up invincible for 10 seconds, can kill anyone you want before you're put down. Mage Orb, Ice Block into AFK crowd. Rogue, Burst, Vanish, anything plus Sand Reaver's Fetish. If you do not want something to happen, just hard remove it if you can't, instead of de-incentivizing it. So, very interesting points here, and stuff that I definitely think needs to be addressed, like just nerf Shockadins in PvP. I don't really care where they are in PvE. You know, it's a fun holy build. I'm okay with having a holy caster. I think it should have been priest. Absolutely, 10 out of 10 should have been a priest, so both factions could experience it, and I think we would have a lot less issues and a lot less hatred towards it. But like having, like, when 10 paladins come here and sit in this window and just blast horde, and there's really nothing you can do about it unless you assemble a raid team and go and wipe them, which I have done after raid a few times, but there's not many people that are willing to do that and go to that effort to do it. But you know, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty and take it into your own hands. But I really only do it when we're raiding. Otherwise, I just turn off PvP. As you can see, I don't have it enabled, so I'm in a city, have been for 5 minutes, so PvP has gone away. But like, I'll just sit over there at my spot and just chillax personally. But anyway, just want to address this and how insane Shockadins are, and if there's anything we can do to fix them, make it more balanced, because you know, otherwise the entire horde is just going to give up. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.